Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to monsterhunterworld Iceborne, where as you can see from our colorful attire, along with Poogie there, it is the Sizzling Spice Festival, and the... I'm trying to remember what the other one is that just Astera has, because Celiana has the Sizzling Spice Festival. I think it's a summer festival or something like that. Anyway, we're here for the Sizzling Spice Festival more than anything, just basically to show off what I really like is the new layered armor that's out. You can see my hunter dressed in it, except for the helmet part. So we're basically just using the Passionate set, which is chest, arms, legs, waist. Chest, arms, legs, waist. The head is just the Thermae layered armor, and we got the Coral Puke on our weapon, so... We're just going to do a couple of small little hunts, show off a bit of what you can get for rewards, and maybe I'll even include a little guide of probably my way to farm those, the seasonal, like the VIP tickets, incredibly quickly. Also, hunters, do remember to always check the smithy every day and do his, one run of the Steamworks. Because the first reset of the day is going to give you that 1 gold melting ticket guaranteed if you get basically into overdrive and to max capacity. But we're going to head into the Gathering Hub and just show off some of the festivities in there. Because I really like the approach they took for the style of this one. Just going to get a little drink. Ah, that's good. But it's basically like Carnival, but they've also included kind of like the Mesoamerican styling for the armor pieces, like... I'll probably go back into view mode just to give this a little bit of a closer look up. As you can see, it's just this really nice Aztec Mayan sort of feel to it, and I just love that art style. If any of you guys have also seen my gameplay footage of Curse of the Dead Gods, you know I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. But what we're going to do is, let's just go over here, because we still have to get a few things first, before today resets. That is the limited event bounties, which include things like just some field research, do an event quest, an ancient forest, elder dragon, flying wyvern, Namielle, and the limited bounty. So the other one is the Summer Twilight Festival. That's what it is. Okay, so it's the Summer Twilight Festival and the Sizzling Spice Festival that are on right now for Monster Hunter. And we actually only need to do 2 quests, and we'll basically have that completely finished. I'm just going to... Yeah, we'll let the little animation play out, because we get to see the new Palico armor. I'll probably work getting that using all the tickets we get from today. Just give Runa a little bit more, because you can see she's kind of mixed of the... what was it? The Blossom Festival or something like that? I think it was the Blossom Festival, and then that's the Elatrion armor she's wearing. I do actually quite like her loadout of the Elatrion armor, but more importantly, just that book, because the sleep effect, once it goes off once, or even twice on a quest, if it's a longer one, incredibly helpful. Oh, and the music is pretty nice and bumping.
Hey, you.
Actually, let me check the volume. You'll probably see it... Yeah, okay, we are at the standard. You'll probably see that in the video captures, because it's on display right now. Okay, so, in order to get these 2 done pretty nice and quick, or these few, we're going to go into events, and the first one we'll do is Camouflage, which, if you are a fashion hunter, and you're looking for comedy, I would recommend getting done while it's up, because this gives you a ticket to the layered Aptonoth head. We'll just head over there. And all you basically need to do is the quest a single time, because I believe it's only 1 ticket, and then you got the thing already ready to be made in the smithy. There, I think, are a few other small materials, but they're very easy to come by, so it's nothing that should be too problematic. And this one will tick off, I think, well, basically 3 of the 5 limited bounties we need, because we need the event, the ancient forest, a flying wyvern, and then the other 2 are an elder dragon and Namielle. So they're covered in a single quest, so that's why this will be a nice, probably shorter video. I don't think it'll take too long. As for what kind of set I'm using, it's kind of one I've made up myself I kind of enjoy a bit, because I like a little bit more... Elemental gunning's not bad, but you really have to specify into that element to get a lot out of it. Whereas this is more a raw set using a light break bow gun, or one of Raging Brack's bow guns. Like this is, as you can see, Raging Brack for everything except for the arms, and I think the reason for that is because the Elatrian arms give you a good attack boost just kind of built in, along with some nice slots. And we already got the Rathian found here, so we'll just work on taking her down nice and quick. I'm hoping you guys you may hear it a little bit on the capture. I'll have to look at doing some noise reduction on some of the final passes before I export the audio from Audacity. That's it. Come on. Just... There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bops her off there. And we're just going to look at weakening the wings, because Rathian is a very easy monster to kind of just get the hang of. Very choreographed, you understand the movements pretty well. And let's just snag the slinger bomb there. And into the tree. Donk. You know what, let's make the use of this while it's weakened, and if the scope cooperates with us, because I mentioned in other videos, but one of the issues I kind of have with the bowgun aiming is that it almost puts like a tracker on where you were aiming when you pulled the trigger. So instead of your shots just following like a straight line of where you were aiming, they follow that tracker more. Now, are you going to charge? No, you're going to actually cooperate with us. There we go. Let's just see if we can get... Oh, managed to. I wasn't sure if we would actually get her into anything or not, but there we go. And now we just work at that wing again. Oh, that's already broken. And just gotta be careful a bit. She isn't exactly happy with us. And that's why I love Runa using the sleep weapon. Because you can get some very nice openings created once one of them goes off. So, we'll get another smack, and I don't know if that weakened her head. Not yet, okay. And then, oh, there's actually a Rajang out in the forest right now, too. We gotta be careful of that. Rajang is quite a wrench thrown into your... Now, why did all my light go away in the camera? I'll have to look at adjusting that. I thought I had auto exposure set. Okay, that's odd. I definitely have to try to check that and figure that out, because you kind of want consistent lighting for anything you're doing, so maybe I actually had to turn that off for a moment there. Ah, shoot. You know what, we'll finish this hunt up, and hopefully it won't be too much of a problem from what you guys are seeing there. But I'll definitely work at getting that properly figured out. I might have accidentally turned the auto exposure off just to try to keep the frame rate nice in the camera. Sometimes happens. Oh, that's what we wanted. And we'll take that head again. A couple of little flicks to knock... Uh-oh. Almost got out of that. Just decked us with her leg coming in there. Ow. Well, good news is we knocked her down. Bad news is she poisoned us. Oh, Runa for the win. Ever since switching her back to using the Vigor Wasp tool, I've just found it to be very helpful. So I think I'm honestly going to keep Runa with that unless something really specific demands it. Like, I've used the Shield Spire Stooge, and it can be helpful too, but I've also found there's a few annoyances. Like, one of the big ones is, if a monster's going to leave an area, sometimes they'll do a roar, and Runa will just have the shield... Yeah, I think it's just called the Shield Spire, just the base of it. But she'll have that out, and she'll give it a smack, and then the monster gets knocked out of its roar, but then it'll immediately follow up with another roar, which then gets immediately knocked out of again, because Runa's still using the Shield Spire, and it goes on a cycle for like 3 or 4 times. got us the... Ow. Okay, she's getting us a few times. This is one of the problems with a tight corridor like this for Rathian. They like to run a lot. I'm kind of surprised that she's already... Okay, this should be into... No. Shoot, I was hoping it would have been into the big tree in the middle there. Right through the legs. We grab that. Okay, now this should be right to that tree. Yep, there she goes. Knocked right in there. And we'll just work at getting some more of these shots in. And I think I have a nostalgia reason why I like using the light break bowgun so much. It probably reminds me a lot of how old Monster Hunter generations were. Like how the light bowguns used to lock you in place when you were firing. It just feels really nostalgic, and there's also, well, big numbers are always fun to see as well. So that's probably a little bit tossed in there too. I do admit I like Elatrian's light bowgun with the variety to it. It's just... I think because it's kind of been nerfed a bit for, like, the elemental boost the Elatrian set's supposed to give for, like, your elemental damage, it's just not as appealing as, well, just element stuff built before Elatrian came out. And I guess I probably should talk a little bit about Elatrian, too, because I think it's a good fight, but the drama about it being so difficult is coming more from the game's lack of concise information. Like, the game never tells you that the elemental weak spot to aim for on Elatrian are the legs. I think the front one specifically, but I may be mistaken. It could just be all the legs. But it's a thing where if that's such a vital way of fighting, you should make it a lot more apparent, as well as also making it more apparent as to what elements do what. Like, I don't know when you actually unlock the Hunter notes specifically that open up the elemental weaknesses for the fight against Elatrian. I think it's once you get to Hunter Notes 1 and you have to check in with the Scholar, like the NPC who basically unlocks, like, whenever you get a notice saying there's new biology results, like, research notes available, etc., you have to talk to them to unlock it. It's not automatically done in your notebook. But I'm pretty sure I had to fail the quest at least 3 to 4 times before I even got to level 1 of the research notes, so it's unnecessary frustration. I'm alright with them hiding it for your first hunt, but I think you should get a lot more clarity after your first encounter with it. Kind of like how Monster Hunter was with when you'd first unlock an armor set for monsters, is you would get to see the elemental weaknesses. Now granted, they didn't show you anything about the weak spots where you should be hitting, but it was still at least something, so you kind of knew. I wonder, could I... Let's see if we can send her off the cliff. Maybe not off the cliff, but at least we smacked her into the wall pretty good. And just a few bashes to get those gone. Yeah, she should be on her last legs here. Oh, and Runa, once again, coming in for the rather nice sleep. And that's why, don't underestimate a status weapon on a Palico, especially a paralysis or a sleep, because those will be very, very helpful. I found the sleep more so because you get a little bit of a breather to set things up, such as maybe another flint shot into a wall, or healing in a tight spot. The paralysis, it also kind of gives you more of a limited window for what you can really get out of it. There we go. Just kind of backshot on the wings there. So that'll actually be 3 limited bounties done once we get back to the hub. And once I'm there, I'll quickly take a little pause just to fix the poor lighting there. I really must have just left the auto exposure off, because normally that's... I mean, kind of varies. If I use the auto exposure, it also has something called a low light compensation, but that tanks the frame rate for the webcam. So I try to avoid using that. Or while going forward from my first atrocious attempts at having the face cam included with my series, I'm sure anybody who's watched and seen some of the earlier ones has seen that the frame rate's gotten much better. It's more at probably a smoother, closer to steady 60 FPS, whereas before I was only doing it at 30. But then again, the resolution was a little different on... There's a lot of stuff I can get into, and honestly, it's stuff probably once I get maybe more settled on the channel or on YouTube. Channels are, so there's no settling to do there. But once we get a little more familiar with things, and maybe even grow and get into things like streaming more. Okay, let's see. Yeah, nothing too noteworthy, but that is the ticket you need. 1 herbivore ticket 2. So we'll take all that. Nice chunk of things. I was this close to getting a very nice combination of Hunter rank and Master rank, where it would have been 684 and 486, but just a little bit screwed me over. I think that would have been a nice little screenshot to have taken just because of the way the numbers work back and forth. It was a palindrome. But back to the hub, where we'll just kind of settle in. And just give it a moment. Okay. So, just give me one moment to see if I can fix this up a little bit. There we go, you guys should probably be seeing me a lot brighter now. Frame rate, I think it's tanked maybe a little bit, but not bad. I turned off the auto exposure, which I thought would have improved the frame rate because it's just staying at one level, but that doesn't seem to be the case, is it? Shoot. At least we don't have too much longer to go for this. I mean, my setup is not something I can say I consistently keep very well, but there's the event limit bounty, there's the ancient forest, and this will be the flying wyvern. So all we gotta do is go into a quick Namielle hunt, so I'll probably just keep everything I've got here, and I may even have investigation go off for her. We don't need the gunpowder too, but we will enjoy a bite to eat. Yeah, hopefully we get the sharpshooter here. And then after the Namielle, as long as I have a couple of minutes of time, that's literally all I need to show you the fastest and easiest quest you can complete to working and farming the VIP Spicy Fest, or Sizzling Spice Tickets. I mean, literally, I've been completing this quest in I've almost completed it under a minute if RNG favors, but the longest it might take is 2 minutes. As long as you have the armor set. And that's kind of the most vital part. But anyway, let's go off on a Namielle hunt. I think I got one saved as an investigation, or we can even just do optional, but we'll see. There's Volcana. There's a Namielle hunt. And we'll just head off to Camp 12. Yeah, this shouldn't take too long at all. Given we're using the Raging Blacklight bowgun, which I've got pretty well outfitted, and it's not a tempered version of Namielle or anything, it's just a standard running... I say standard run-of-the-mill, but lore-wise, no Elder Dragon is really run-of-the-mill. But we'll go quickly take her down, and then we'll do the quick little thing just to show you if you guys are trying to farm the tickets quickly for things like... Well, I used it for the layered armor and also the decorations in the Hunter's room. In your own personal room you get in Celiana, which... Still a lovely addition, I have to admit, to a Monster Hunter title. I love the idea of being able to unlock and get decorations you can put into a place. If I'm not mistaken, I actually do believe Monster Hunter 3 was the first to bring something like that, because I think I can remember a very minor system of how it would kind of get decorated once you were in the online area, where you would almost get different rooms for your hunter ranking. Like, I'm trying to remember. I thought you also got things like dioramas or models you could place out too, but I may be mistaken. Yeah, I'm gonna get poisoned. Oh, she might too, though. I wonder... That actually might be an interesting thing, is if Namielle is more susceptible to poison. The reason I think about that is because of how she uses, like, that mucus layer over her. A lot of amphibians are very prone to things like chemicals or pollution in the waters, because that's kind of something they do, is they have a layer of mucus over them that kind of helps protect and well, basically keeps them hydrated from certain things, so if Namielle kind of uses that same system as we see here, it might mean that she could be more susceptible to a poison, or might be a cool lore addition if she was. Ow. Although all I'm doing is I guess it's a good thing I'm kind of wearing almost like swimwear, given all the skin I got showing with this armor set, because she's giving us quite the hosing. Okay, so she's going over that way. We can follow her, no problem. I was kind of hoping the water blight would wear off, because it's a little annoying for her. Nope. What are you smacking over there for? We're over here. Maybe I shouldn't say we were over there. Oh, there we go. And let's see if we can get you into a wall. Ooh, we got you into the spiky one. That had to have hurt her. Yeah, we'll just keep working on... I keep saying her, it's just because I think of the name. Namielle sounds very feminine for a name. So I think that's why I always think of Namielle's as female. Oh, and Runa coming in again with a nice sleep. Sometimes it goes off very quickly, other times it's very slow, but anytime you get it, you can really capitalize on it. Case in point, another wall shot. Oh. I was hoping to tenderize the wings so we could work getting that part broken, but... well, we might be able to squeeze one in here. Yeah, we did. Okay, so that's the wings tenderized. Shouldn't be too hard to break those. Ow. No, and even got that stagger stun on her. Yeah, the hardest part is when you get hit with a blight with this set that affects your stamina, whether it's water or freeze, or ice blight, sorry. I think I'm still thinking back to previous Monster Hunters where it was called freezing. Or was that just the ice ammo that was called freezing? I don't know how that actually missed us, because I thought that was right on top of us. I'll snag a bit of a stone. Oh, actually, no, let's get some piercing pod. Yeah, just top us up a bit there. Oh, that was a miss. That was not from her. Actually, you know what? This is actually a very fitting hunt to go on for the summer. It just kind of lines up nicely, doesn't it? Like the beach waves almost that she makes. The Coral Highlands already being, well, basically a giant beach as well. Namielle just feels like a really good summer hunt. Okay, let's... uh-oh. Come on, get in there. Get in there! Ow. Yeah, I thought we were going to get punished for being where we were there. Yeah, we'll heal up, though. Runa's taking things like a champ. I think the Elatrian armor might have good elemental resist for her, so that might be why she's doing so well. So you can't really upgrade Palico armor. You just basically get what you're given, and they don't have a layered system in place for that either. Ow. Yeah, I was being a bit dumb there just because I wanted to try to get the evading reload off. Okay. Ow. Literally stood in front of the fire hydrant. There we go. Yeah, that's right. You smack into that. Oh, we actually did take a little bit of a hit from something, though. Okay, yeah, we're not going to capitalize and getting damaged. We're just going to focus on healing since we kind of got schmacked a bit. Well, we may be able to get her into another wall. Let's see what she does. Oh, I'm surprised we got the 2 off. Normally, when you get the single one into a wall, you kind of lose the opportunity to get another 2 hits off before she'll enrage. My rule, or what the pattern I found is 1 claw attack to redirect into a wall, and they won't enrage at that point. And then you can do another one of those, and then it'll enrage. Or if you do... Ow. Ow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of helpful, but at the same time, you literally put it down right in front of the angry monster, so not as helpful as it could have been. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh, that's still got us. Okay, come on, let's get out of this. Ah, man, I hate this water blight. You get hit with it and you just are crippled if you're using anything stamina heavy. But that does open us up to being able to do something like this. Oh. Runa, did you? She did. That's our 2nd sleep off that she got. I'm impressed, because I thought Elder Dragons would be much more difficult to get the sleep procs on. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. That's tenderized now. Taking a little longer than I expected to on this Namielle hunt. But that should be wrapping up pretty soon. I think with all these flinch shots and now the weak spot on the head, we'll have her probably pretty weak at this point. Yeah, she's pretty weak. So she's probably going to be flying away. I thought she would actually be to the point of her nest, but it doesn't seem like it. Where are you going, girl? Yeah, no, not to the nest yet. That's really surprising. I think I'm losing my edge, to be honest. Okay, well, let's slide on down and take her out. Or at least weaken her, because she'll probably be going right for the nest in a moment. And we're going to tenderize the head again. It's kind of annoying that's the most effective thing to do is to keep a monster part tenderized. I still, again, make it so that way every weapon has the single attack tenderized, and give the ones that have like a special slinger burst attack the ability to get the slinger ammo. Just feels weird for a light bowgun to take this long, and yet the slinger ammo, you don't get anything super helpful out of it. Uh-oh. Going for a little bit of a slide. Okay, there's the skull, so yeah, she's going to retreat for the nest now. And we've got a ways to go to catch her, so might as well get started on that. I don't really use the glider mantle, which would have been incredibly helpful for this hunt, but we'll take the bright moss. I mean, we're probably going to flinch shot her straight into a wall when we get up to her, so I don't think it's exactly going to be much of a loss. Or it's going to matter what slinger ammo we use. Let's just keep working our way up there and then see what we can do about that. Okay, let's fly our way up there, and up there. And once you get the trick of these, you basically zoom right through that area. It'll take you a little bit just figuring out the right kind of spots to do it from and the angles, but practice will make perfect. If you have a lot of gathering stuff to do in the Coral Highlands, great time to practice that. Oh, there you are, sleeping rather pretty. Just for us to wake you up by slamming you into a wall. Yeah, there she goes. And let's just try tenderizing that. Ow. Surprised she managed to get us on that. And unfortunately, our stamina is too low. Ow. That's the only problem, is the water blight becomes so annoying because you can't get that nice, easy reload off. At least Runa's keeping Namielle busy for right now. Oh, really? I thought we were beyond that. God, the water blight is so annoying. There we go. Took a little longer than I was hoping for, but again, if you use the evading reload, anything that, well, actually any stamina weapons, just, you really feel the water blight and the ice blight just impact you so hard if you don't have a resist or something for them. But there is a Namielle taken down, so that's all the limited bounties taken care of. All we gotta focus on now will just be a quick little run-through of the best way to farm yourself the Sizzling Spice Tickets, in my opinion. Or at least I think the most consistent method of doing it in, like, record time. Enjoy just a nice drink. And then we'll get back and we'll try to sort that out. I just want to see. The frame rate's not bad on the webcam, although I still gotta look up and figure out the best thing for it. I think it might be I have to keep the auto exposure and low light on, but I'll have to check and see. I don't really have a way of exactly improving the lighting in my recording spot. I can't really say studio because, let's face it, that's a little too professional for what we got here. Okay. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. A large Elder Dragon gem, and what's that? Oh, Conqueror's Seal. Yeah, so not bad. Yeah, we'll take that. And just load up into the hub, and then we'll look at... Oh, excuse me. The easiest way to farm the points. Or farm for tickets. We'll just turn in everything to the lovely resource manager. There's 1, 2, and number 3. So that's another thing of limited bounties all taken care of, and we just gotta wait for the reset to see what the next day will bring. Now, let me also check this. Just because, yeah, it's been a few quests, so we'll just take everything there. I'm just fertilizing, or, well, cultivating these because of the bowgun ammos that they're used in. Okay, so basically this, you're going to want to start farming this after you've gotten the full armor set for the festival, which is the Passionate set. And it doesn't really matter what any of the extra skills are. the armor basically has itself built in to be exactly what you need to really speedrun. It has level 4 botanist, it has the marathon runner, it has the geologist, it has master gatherer, and that's really all you need, along with these, which are kind of a given though. So you don't even have to eat, all you have to do is make sure that you also have the ghillie mantle equipped. And talking to the lovely pub lass, you're going to want to go into events, and what you want to do is farm the Lord of the Underworld Beckons. We'll set it down to 1 player, and go to Central Camp 11, and you can do this quest in less than 2 minutes. Well, easily less than 2 minutes. I'd say probably a minute will be the approximate time. And there's a very simple route that it's basically like a free handout of, you're trying to get something? Here, have this basically for free if you put a minute of time into it. So we'll just head out with this. There we go. Okay. So all you basically want to do is ghillie mantle on right away, because as you maybe... yeah, you'll be able to see in the bottom left there. Oh, good old Clifford, or Odogaron, or Odogaron, I'm not even sure the correct pronunciation, but one of them will basically be coming up this way, and if not them, you have the Gyros pack here. But all you need are 20 underground fruits. And because this armor set is a complete gathering set, you will basically be wrapped up with this because of the nice little line that is in the map in a minute. Like, we're already going to be... yeah, we're already halfway there. We're 10 out of 20 already, just from 2 gathering nodes. As long as you have this set, and you have even 15 minutes, you can run this probably 10 times. Look at that, already 16 out of 20. I think this next gathering node right up here will probably be the last one. And the ghillie mantle is just so that way you can do this undisturbed and that you don't get knocked out. Already done. And if you want to farm the tickets, I would say just do the return to camp, and that way you just talk to the handler, repost, and just go over and over and over and over. But there are basically a route of 5 of these fruits, and I'm just going to try making it the last one over there. So even if you don't get it at as early as that, you still will get it within a few seconds of that time. Like, let's even see what the time is for that. It took us 58 seconds. That was it, and we even got a ticket out of it. So that's probably the best way to farm the tickets, just consistently and quickly, in my opinion. You can probably do things like hunting, or honestly, I just say passively, just keep doing what you enjoy, have fun, helping people out, etc., and they might come in. But if you're actively seeking out the VIP tickets, I'd probably say farm that. You get a little bit of money, research points, everything else as well. Just make sure you get that full passionate set from the limited bounty tickets that you can basically complete, or the daily login you get. I think it's going to be... I almost want to say 2, but I feel like it might only just be 1 a day. I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, that will probably bring us to the end of this episode of Monster Hunter. I'm not sure what we'll do with this, well, I shouldn't say series, but with Tuesdays still. It's kind of hard to say, because there is Frostfang Barioth we're going to be waiting on, but I think that might still be a little ways off. Or maybe it'll be this Thursday, I don't really know. Either way though, if you guys have anything you'd like to see in Monster Hunter, or if you'd like to try to see more sets for specific monsters, I'd be happy to do some more counter builds or stuff like that for it. Because I really do love Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter, it's just that sometimes you kind of run a bit... It's a game where you know when you kind of hit a point where you're done with it. Like, you feel accomplished, you feel you've done everything you want to, and you can kind of put it down and say, I beat the game, or I did everything I wanted to do in it. So, anyway, we're going to leave this off with a nice little dance to just round the festival out in. Thank you guys very much for watching this episode. If you do like the series, be sure to leave a like or comment down below. And if you want to help the channel grow, maybe think about subscribing to us. We're always welcoming new people to join the community and trying to grow here on YouTube. Until I see you in the next episode though, survivors and hunters alike, please remember to take care and stay alive.